It must be Friday morning. I'm looking at your face. Bob, it is good to see you, man.
Good morning. Good morning, Amas. So good to see you, man. I love Fridays for this reason.
So we are, you and I are going to the ICMI event in October, and it made me start wondering, is there any value in going to in-person events anymore in the days of we're always doing Zoom? I'm seeing your face all of the time. Is there any value in still going to in-person events?
Well, that's an interesting question. I think if you were honest with yourself, first of all, in the online events, you tend to do a lot of multitasking. So
Right,
I'm not sure how much I get from the event. I get a little bit. I
right.
might get a PowerPoint, but the first thing is, can I focus my attention? But more importantly, I think the value of that, the camaraderie and the connections that you can make with other people in the industry. I used to tell folks that came into my sessions, hey, if you're sitting next to someone you're making a mistake, you need to get up and find somebody you don't know, introduce yourself, and talk about your situation. You're probably going to come away with one of two scenarios. You're either going to feel better about yourself because their call center really is worse than yours, or you're going to feel worse about yourself because they're doing all the things that you need to do. But in
Right.
the second category, that's your buddy.
Yeah.
That's the person that can help you get that done. So I think there's definitely a place for it, and I believe that in-person events will gradually take back control of the industry.
I want to react to a couple of things you said there. The latter part about look, there is value in a good therapy session, in a good I suck, you suck, let's talk about our pain. And that's good enough. You have a friend for life.
Right,
And then there is value in also like this person's doing it better than me and I
right.
can learn from this person as well. I feel a little bit bad that I'm not as good as them, but they teach me and they learn. To your first point about the human connections, we are a testament to this. You know, I met the great Bob Furness 2007. I worked for Coca-Cola at the time, and I was at an ICMI event. I was in a session next door. I walk in, it's then sort of dead, and then I hear commotion next door. Like there's like people are jumping, and I was like, all right, I got to go peek my head into this thing. So I sneak in, I sit in the back, and there's this guy who is talking about people and using words like love, and I am getting a little bit skirmish. We're doing dances. We got the YMCA, and I went up. I met people in there, and I went up and introduced myself, and that was 17-year, and he is one of my best friends. And we've worked together and gone through this industry. So I think there is that value for sure. That doesn't happen if I didn't get out of my couch, put on pants, get on a plane, and go to that event.
Yeah, and the most exciting part about this is you left out when you said we're going. We're both going to the event, but more importantly, we're doing this at the event. We're
Yes.
taking our show on the road to the ICMI Contact Center Expo in October the 22nd through the 24th, and we're taking it on the road. And what does that mean? Well, we're going to be doing live podcast on the showroom floor 4 times over the 3 days. So on Tuesday afternoon, twice on Wednesday, and on Thursday afternoon, we will be doing a live show. You'll have a chance to meet us if that's something that's on your list. I'm not sure it is, but you also have the chance to come and challenge us on what we're talking about. We're going to have a special mic for you as a participant, and we'll give you access to ask a question, to tell us why we're right, tell us why we're wrong, along with some special guests from some of the vendors and some of the speakers. So we could not be more excited about being a part of the ICMI conference. It sort of takes us full circle from meeting at the conference,
Yes.
continuing to speak at the conference over the last 20 years, and now coming back and doing a special event in the expo floor.
If you're not watching the Contact Center show or subscribe to the show, you should. And if you're coming to the ICMI Expo, Bob Furness and I will be there live in person, and we're going to do this show. You're going to hear me tell Bob, there are places where we agree. Bob is going to, again, bring up is we need to ban average handle time, that wrong take of his. And you get to look the man in the eye and tell him Amos is right all along. So we are looking forward to seeing you all on the ICMI Expo.
Maybe we'll have two lines, one that agrees with Bob and one that agrees with Amos. I'm thinking the Amos line won't be very long, but maybe we have two lines at the microphone.
I got to ask you, what is a live podcast? You talked me into this crazy thing, and how did we get here, by the way?
Well, what we do here, we do without an audience. There is just us, and if I turn my camera around, you'd be surprised at how junky my office is. But a live podcast,
I'm in a closet, so
yeah, it's true. So we're gonna sit at a table together. We're gonna have microphones across from each other. We're gonna look each other in the eye and have a conversation. But more importantly, we're going to invite somebody else to the table. So you've seen podcasts with somebody else. They'll be live, so we'll be able to have a conversation. We'll also have a microphone where somebody can walk up and, as I said, challenge or talk to us. So it's a live environment. You can also just stand and listen to the podcast. So in the Expo show, we have the advantage of the interaction with live people versus us just talking to the great expanse of my office and the small expanse of your closet.
Exactly. Look, again, for those of you listening, we look forward to seeing you in Orlando. If you have not registered yet, we're going to include what will give you a big discount on the event so you can come and see us. If you already come in, please subscribe to the show. We have lots of fun on the show. We would love to talk to you. Come by and see us. We will be in a booth when you walk onto the expo floor. On the back left side of the booth of the expo floor is where we'll be. So we are really looking forward to seeing you.
Yes, excited about seeing people.
Awesome.
To subscribe and listen to full episodes of the Contact Center Show, go to Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast.